Hi, welcome Gemini. This is your reading for the month of March 2020. I'm Flo. I'm just cleansing the energies in here before we start your reading. So I'll do this while I'm making my introductions. Welcome back. For those of you who are familiar with my readings, welcome back. Welcome for anyone who is new. I'm Flo with Flo and the Moon, and I'm going to be doing your tarot reading for the month of March. This is for Sun, Moon, Rising in Gemini. Because this is a general reading, just take what resonates but leave what doesn't, because it's for a group, and so it's hard to get everybody sort of like in there. So obviously I'll be resonating with a few people on this. Also cross watchers, welcome. So I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I've been called to share some of my dreams with you because lately these dreams have been very vivid and prophetic almost. And interestingly enough, because I went to bed knowing that I'd be doing specific signs today for the readings, interestingly enough, there was each person, there was somebody from every sign involved in the dream that I was doing today. So I'll be relaying that information to you. All right, so if it doesn't make sense at first, hopefully it'll start making sense as we start doing the readings, as we progress with the tarot readings. Okay, so my dreams there's always like bits, right? The first part, there was somebody holding a wheel. Imagine like a wheel about this big, about 30 centimeters in diameter, and each point of it had a different colored, it looked like a flame, but it was solid, so it was almost like the shape of a flame, but it was a different color, and each of those colors aligned with our chakras. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and indigo. All of those points were on this wheel and it was spinning. So what that was telling me there is that it's really important right now to ensure to do some sort of practice that aligns your chakras, right? I guess sometimes we can become really ungrounded if we're working so much in the upper realms, or sometimes we can be so grounded and just worried and working and just really be involved in sort of the base chakras. Obviously the heart chakra is the fourth chakra, it's right in the center, and we need to harmonize everything. So get out there, get into nature, do some meditation, yoga, whatever it is you do to keep everything aligned, and that wheel will be spinning smoothly. Yeah? Okay, second part, having to do with your sign, Gemini. I'm gonna have to give a little bit of background information to this. There was a group of us and we were in a hotel and we went to get a meal as a group, but we ended up having to leave early before the food came because it just wasn't coming on time. So we ended up leaving. And specifically for Gemini, the Gemini person in the dream, I remember, gave me the key card to the room. But that key card didn't really have clear information on it, so we didn't actually know which room it was. And it's not like in real life, obviously this doesn't make sense because you would know what room you are, right? But in the dream, none of us could figure out what room we were in, leading to having to call the front desk and try to figure all this stuff out. And all of this happened in a blue hotel. Everything was blue. The walls were blue, the floors were blue, ceiling was blue, everything. And there were puddles of water everywhere. So what this tells me is that because this energy in Pisces is so strong right now, especially with the retrograde, when I'm filming this, the retrograde is still on. We do need to worry about, especially your sign needs to worry about misinformation. In misinformation coming in and you also giving that misinformation. You know, so just try to get clear on that and give yourself the heads up to really check everything on that. And also, yeah, because everything was blue and there was water everywhere, that's Pisces for you. You know, so there is a little bit of cloudiness around the Pisces energy that we're all involved in, because nobody was upset or panicking or anything like that. It just seemed really normal, but it was more of just like little hiccups and nobody really seemed to know the answer, right? So these are just some of the energies to watch out for the month, until Aries comes in towards the end of the month. This is sort of like that holding pattern that we're going to be stuck in for a while. All right, and we'll start to see some of those energies coming through more in the reading, I'm sure. All right, so let's start. Let's begin. Get this reading done for Gemini. And I've done a bit of meditation and shuffled your cards beforehand, so I'm not wasting all this time on camera doing it. Number one, we've got the Seven of Wands. This was a popular card yesterday. It kept on coming out for some other signs. Number two is the Knight of Cups in reverse. You might have some idealistic ideas about something and just a bit stuck. So we've got the Ten of Cups is the next one. Happiness and joy and family interactions. And it's upright, which is a great thing. Ooh, we've got the Knight of Swords. Someone is taking no prisoners. Okay. You could also even be working with some air energy there. So that's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Oh, that's you. That's you. And the Knight of Cups could be some water energy. So Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. I never say them in order, and that's why I always get mixed up. All right, keep going. There we go. Ace of Swords. Awesome. That is part of your overall energy. That falls down right smack dab in the center of your reading. Okay. Empress. Ooh, another ace. We've got the Ace of Pentacles. You might need to start watching out on your finances towards the end of the month, though, because it is in its reverse. So, wow, next, you've got the Ace of Wands in reverse, but you've got a lot of aces. Wow, that's not really common. It's fantastic. And then we're ending with the Ten of Wands and in upright. Bottom of the deck, which goes with your overall energy, is the Ten of Swords. Okay, so there's a lot happening this month, but it doesn't seem to be life-changing and like really dramatic, because you've only got one major arcana. This sort of seems like it's just the day-to-day sort of stuff that we deal with, right? Where you're coming from a stage where you have the Seven of Wands energy. And this energy is a bit like you're on the defense. You're trying to manage a lot of information coming at you. And you're just almost like trying to put out fires. But you're a little bit unprepared or overwhelmed, you know? So that's where you're coming from in this. So let's just see if there's anything else major coming out. I mean, what I'm seeing is that it's like, I feel like you have a lot of projects happening at the same time with all the aces happening, right? I mean, it's a really good sign. It's all really good luck. But two of these aces are reversed, which is telling me is that it's almost like some false starts are happening. You're trying to get to the bottom of something. You're trying to get to the bottom of what is happening. Yeah. Okay. You've got the Empress, which she's a very creative person, very loving, very nurturing. And I'm kind of getting the vibe that you're almost trying to birth a project. You're trying to birth an idea. Not even an idea. The project. We're getting a little bit more into like solid ground here. It's gone past the idea phase, and you're really trying to take the steps into reality. But it's like you've got all this creative energy in you. You've got happy family at the same time. You've got also 3 tens. So you're coming to the end of a cycle. You know, you're definitely coming to the end of the cycle, and you're nearly there because you've got the 10s and you've got the aces. So it's like you're nearly there. You've got 3 10s and 3 aces. All the 10s are upright at the moment, which means that energy is hard and strong. And then you've got 3 aces, the swords, pentacles, and wands. Swords is upright, the other 2 are not, which is telling me is like you're really trying to figure it out. You're really trying to figure out what it is you are trying to do, and you're a little bit frustrated. You or someone around you is frustrated, it feels like, with this process. But towards the end of it, you are willing to take on this responsibility. Anyway, before I talk too much, let's get some clarity. What is the 7 of Wands? Too many. Way too many. Oh, why nothing's coming out? Nine of Cups. Maybe you've been indulging a bit. Because of this indulgence, you've been caught off guard trying to manage everything now, and you're sort of playing catch up. The Magician. Awesome. Maybe you've started a new business idea. This is where you're coming from. Okay? So this is where you're coming from. The Magician is a really powerful card, especially when it comes to business, right? And you're really talented. That's what I'm seeing. Like, you're really talented, but it's almost like talent is one thing and having wishes about it is another thing. But putting it into reality is a completely other thing, right? Like, you've got to be able to manage that. And that's why I'm seeing with seven of Wands energy, you're a little bit like caught off guard, I suppose. What's the Knight of Cups? And it's reverse. That's major idealism there. Major idealism. So if it does have to do with business, you know, business, the Knight of Cups in business is not really amazing because he's just a little bit too he's a bit too ungrounded in like dreams and fantasy and poetry, and it's not like, I mean, it definitely has to do with great endeavors for creativity, but especially in its reverse, he's not really grounded, right, in reality. So next you got the Lovers. Okay, maybe you got a love, maybe you got a love message from somebody that you don't really care for because you got the Lovers card. Maybe it's, you know, and then Justice in its reverse. You're trying to balance things out as a result. What kind of decision are you making? So far, it's looking like there's all areas that it's being targeted at the moment. You know, you've got a lot of stuff happening. And that's what I was saying with the Seven of Wands, is you're trying to manage everything. Because it's looking like you've got love and relationship and family, which is the next card up, and also business, from what I gather. Because you've got the Lovers, but it's combined with Justice, which is also, it's almost like you had to make a decision. Some of you may have even gotten married recently. It's a big marriage card. That's with the Knight of Cups. Lovers, Justice. Yeah. Some of you may even have gotten married. Okay, let's move on. What's the 10 of Cups about? Mother of Cups, or the Queen of Cups. I know this card is ripped. That was me doing my repairing on that. There's a lot of love there within the family. Things are going really well. And if you are a mother, whatever is happening in your life, just understand that you are a great mother, and that whatever is happening professionally or in your love relationship, it doesn't take away from the fact that you are a great mother. And you do keep a happy home for everyone. Okay. I think that's just a nice reassuring way of her popping in here and letting you know that things are going well at home. There might be some other stuff sort of like coming up, but that doesn't mean that you're not a good mother and you have a nice home. Okay, so what is the Knight of Swords all about? Somebody is on the war path. That could be the air energy you're dealing with. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. Oh, I think so. The Devil. Maybe you're trying to cut someone out. You're trying to cut some bad habits out. I mean, you also got the Nine of Cups, and that's above it. The Nine of Cups has to do with indulgence. So maybe there are some bad habits you're trying to free yourself from so you can actually move forward. Yeah, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that. You got to cut something out. Something that isn't serving you. And you also got the Ace of Swords again. Trying to find the truth and make it quick. Because swords are all very swift energy. And especially the Ace of Swords. It's all about like cutting out that bullshit and making that decision, and quickly. Yeah. And this is the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is all about illusions. So it's almost like you are trying to bring back your reality from that dreamy state of the Knight of Cups energy and bring it back down to reality, right? Because we can only stay in our fairyland, dreamland for so long until we actually have to start making dreams a reality. You know, if it is a business sense, you are taking into account your family into this business venture, right? And you're trying to cut out some bad habits that maybe you've been holding you back. Maybe some negative thinking, you know? The Devil is all about that, because the Devil doesn't actually just have to be, physical vices like eating, addictions, that kind of thing. It's also negative thinking, right? So what's the Ace of Swords all about? Ooh. Oh, you've got the whole family of the Cups here. Nearly. We're missing the page. But that's the Father of Cups. So you've got a lot of stable energy around you. Whether this is you or coming from your partner. I mean, if you're the Mother of Cups that's really taking care of the family, I think this might even be your partner. You know? This is a really deep, soulful relationship. And he or she is trying to understand you and support you through this. This is a really nice energy happening. You know, if you did just get married and you're just trying to like muddle through marriage and try to figure out how you integrate this new way of life into yours, you know, you just have to start thinking differently sometimes when it's coming to marriage. Some people don't cohabit before they get married, and so they haven't really gotten used to how they're combining their lives together. And that could even be combining a family that you've had from a previous relationship into this one. Okay, next. I think this is really great. I get that aw vibe here. Your partner could even be a water sign, right? Or even just embody the King of Cups. Okay, let's move on. Shoot, too many. What's the Empress? Oh, okay. The Empress. I've got, yeah, you're trying to build on your creativity. Yes, you're trying to build on your creativity so you can be financially independent, you know? Or maybe you are, maybe you're enjoying some of your fruits that you've built, that you've created with your creativity, right? Okay, so what's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse about? So it's looking like things in your material world, they may not be going as well as you had hoped. Maybe the money is not coming in as quick. Okay. Which goes back to what I was saying about misinformation, right? Okay. Okay, so you got the Empress again and Death. You know, especially with the Empress and Death coming in together, it's almost like in order to move forward in life, we have these aspirations of what we would like and how we would like things to be. But in our choices, especially if you're making choices for a family, because it's not just about you anymore, we can be really unaware about how our choices affect the people around us. And even though they're meant in an altruistic manner, it can affect people in negative ways. And you're just not really aware of it. You're not really aware how your indulgence in yourself and in your craft can really affect the people around you. I mean, this is not a judgment at all, but it's more of just being aware of these things. You know, that's what I was saying about lining your chakras and making sure that everything is accounted for and you're aligned so you can become the best person inside, so that can be reflected outside. And that affects everybody else around you too, doesn't it? Okay, Ace of Wands. What is the Ace of Wands? We've got the Knight of Cups again. So again, whatever business idea, because it's almost looking like you're starting off with this business idea, you're kind of working through the motions of having these cutting out bad habits so you can move forward, and having a stable partner and supportive partner and keeping your cool throughout it all, but also like having all these ideas of where you want to go in a business sense and in your material world, but you need to stay grounded in that. You need to stay grounded. And although you are really creative, this is what I'm seeing here, you've really got to sort of see how you can integrate that and actually take action on it. Because with the Ace of Wands in its reverse, it's almost like you're lacking passion. You're lacking it. You're lacking that drive. Okay, and see, but you are good enough, and this is a card of lack. You may be feeling like you're not good enough, and it's not that you're not good enough. It's not even that. You just have to use your creativeness, your creative bones in you, and really think of ways of how that can manifest in reality. Okay. What is the Ten of Wands? Last card. Okay, so, but it looks like you're going to figure it out, because you're going to have a new set of responsibilities by the end of the month. You're going to have a new set of responsibilities for the end of the month, and you've taken it willingly, having gone through all of these motions. And guess what? You will succeed. Whatever you put your mind to, And whatever you decide to go with, you will succeed. But you have to have gone through all of this stuff in order to get to this point. I mean, the Ten of Wands can be quite stressful, but in your context, it just feels like there was just a little bit too much of dreamland happening, right? Okay, let's just get a bit of advice for the month. Frequency shift. Yeah, there are things changing around you. You're changing your perspective. People are changing around you. Don't worry about it. Things are changing, but also understand things are changing, so be kind to yourself. There's a lot of Pisces energy that's really quite dreamy, and that's probably, it seems like it's affecting you quite hard here. You know, there's a lot of dreaminess happening with all the Cups energy here. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. A lot of Cups energy here, but things are changing around you. You are birthing a new idea, and just hang in there till the end of the month. Things are going to begin to take shape. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next month. Much love. Bye.